That's where the fire is, right there.
It's inside the hub. Look who had arrived.
We had a fire on the highway and we went to the closest park, which is Splash.
Jonathan, what's the name of your company? Someone is in the area.
Trailer Services.
RTS, Roadside Trailer Services. So guys, if you're in the Milton, Pensacola, Panhandle, you service all Panhandle, right?
For emergency calls, we do.
Emergency calls? Up until what, Panama City? Panama City? So
well,
if you...
We'll go as far as Tallahassee. I've been that far.
Oh, you go
before.
Tallahassee too?
You know. Yeah, if you can't find somebody, we're here to help.
So if you're in this area, you need your tire fixed, you have any type of issues going on with your rig, and you're looking for a good service repairman, licensed tech, give Jonathan a call. He's actually been here getting our RV together. As you can see, we got our other axle. More ride overnight is a new spindle the very next day. We got it the very next day, so we got a new spindle. So what we're having Jonathan to do while we have him out here working on our rig is to repack and seal our other bearings as well, because we don't want to have have what happened to take place what happened to our back axle. So we're doing a little maintenance on it. I think it's a little early to do maintenance because I don't think we're over 6,000 miles, but we're not taking no chances. We're trying to make it to our next destination safe. So he got this axle off. He's doing all three. He's gonna work on the other side once he's done with this. So far, I think it's a blessing because we was in a perfect area for this to happen. I'm not happy that it happened, but if it have to happen, I don't think that we couldn't have got a better area because Jonathan wasn't too far away. There's another guy here that actually have all kind of park named England. From what I understand, he have all the parts to your RV as far as getting you back on the road as soon as possible. They do fabrications and everything. So we're gonna have him get us back up and running, and hopefully we have reserve up until tomorrow to be here, but hopefully if he get done today, we're gonna head out today. We're gonna hit this road, stay at a truck stop or something like that overnight. We have about 700 miles to go before we get to our destination. But Jonathan got all the tools, as you can see, on his truck. He actually fixing stuff on his truck, on the back of his truck, as you can see. Cleaning up the spindle.
We're rebuilding it.
Oh, you rebuilt the spindle?
We're rebuilding it, yeah, because we're having to replace all the bearings and all of the races. Well, you don't have to always replace a race, but it is the best practice. Okay. It's the best technical practice because races and bearings fit together in a particular way, and when either one of those surfaces aren't matched, you can get additional heat and friction. Okay. There's much debate out there in the world about whether or not you should replace your races anytime you replace a bearing. Awesome. For us, our policy is if I replace the bearing, you're getting a new race. Okay. That's all there is to it. And that's just because it is the industry's best practice.
Oh, awesome. So, awesome.
We've just got this hub rebuilt, and you can see the bearing here. See, it's burnt inside. See that black in there? Same thing. That's the race. Okay. And then we've got the other bearing. This thing, it's gone. It's smoked. It's extremely worn. the grease is burnt to it just about every angle.
We end up replacing the whole entire spindle. Reason why, because after the bearings went bad, where they seized up because of less grease, Jonathan had to get the bolt off. Once he got the bolt off, he noticed that this here was stripped out, and also this here is flat. He did his best to save the hub, but trying to save the hub, you can see the lines on the inside, and he said all this would, if he was to put this back on the spindle, the new spindle, the problem that we would have, this thing was probably shatter and break, and we do not want that. We ended up ordering a new hub from Dexter, and Moorite was kind enough to send us out a new spindle. Had I caught this or just stopped driving once I seen the oil build up on the outside, I probably could have saved it.
Okay, we're doing a stop and a check, and town has what's
I
going on?
noticed something looked different from the other wheels. See how nice and clean this look? You notice this here? That's grease.
So you're thinking.
So here I am. We've been stuck at this park for the last 4 days, and today we may be able to get out of here finally. So that's it, guys. Big shout out to Moorite for coming through quick, sending this spindle out the very next day. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys helped to get us back on the road. How are we looking?
Looking pretty good. So we've got this hub rebuilt, and the rear bearing, or the inner bearing, is already in with the seal, a brand new seal.
Okay.
Anytime you take one of these hubs off, you should put a new seal on.
New seal.
So I'm going to show you how to make sure that you have enough grease in one of these, because this doesn't have the easy lube, so you can't just keep filling it with grease.
Okay.
So you've got to make sure when you assemble this thing the first time that you have as much grease as you could possibly get.
That's a lot of grease.
Well, that's just the beginning.
Oh, that's the beginning.
So we've packed the bearing in our bearing packer.
Okay.
And brand new seal ready to go on. Now you'll notice this has been polished and cleaned, so we're all cleaned up here and ready to go back on. Slides right on. So then we're going to take our grease gun. Now this is what's called a grease needle.
Okay.
They come in different sizes. This is a large grease needle.
Uh-oh, about to fall.
What's that?
Looked like the hub was about to fall off.
Oh, it'll move around, but it's not going anywhere. It's too far on. So then we're going to take this, put that in there.
Let's see even more grease in it.
If everything runs the way it's supposed to and you don't have any issues, because let's face it, you know, issues are issues, you can run into them.
You're right.
Ideally, the manufacturer is saying 12,000 miles. Some other service intervals will tell you every 6,000 miles or once a year annually.
Okay.
And that depends on the level of service. You know, this might be a pull it apart, take a look, put a new seal on it, put it back together type situation. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to rebuild the hubs and replace the bearings. We're only doing that because they were damaged. Okay. So typically speaking, a repack is once a year anyway. Or I always tell my customers every 6,000 miles.
Okay.
This is a pretty heavy application here, you know, being that it's a 24,000 pound axle setup. That's a pretty heavy duty setup.
Okay.
You know, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you've got, you know, got the service on it to take care of it. So we've got our packed bearing here. Got the service on it to take care of it. So So we've got our packed bearing here. We're gonna make sure
Sitting here editing the video, but I see an opportunity where I can take a break from this video and talk to you guys. Guys, this is a learning opportunity for everyone. And the reason why I say that is because for so long, I never, on none of our RVs, I never checked the bearings, never greased the bearings. The reason why I never greased the bearings is because we had never had an RV no more than 2 years. This RV here, we want to keep. So I put out this video because I like showing real things that happen in real time and happen on our adventures. But before we go there, guys, I'm gonna turn on this light because we got Ashanti in here and we got a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi everyone. Thank you for taking this moment to learn a little bit about our sponsor, RV Mattress.
By Brooklyn Bedding.
So one of the things that I love about this mattress is that it doesn't disappoint whatsoever. We've shared numerous times with you why we liked and why we suggest Brooklyn Bedding. And again, it's for sleep comfort. It's for not just sleep comfort, but if you have a bad back or if you get hot flashes, this is the mattress for you. I know they are one of the top contenders for the best mattress out there for us RVers. And the other thing that I like about them is that they're targeting different groups and different kinds of issues when we are buying a rig and we have a mattress just given to us. So I thank Brooklyn Bedding for the exceptional customer service. I thank them for giving us a mattress that reaches all of the audiences that it can help out with. And also I like the fact that they ship within the continental 48 states and they have a 10-year warranty. Thanks, Brooklyn Bedding.
Big shout out to Brooklyn Bedding, guys, who has been one of our sponsors for years.
We're gonna make sure the grease is all the way around it. Slide that thing on there, like so.
The last tire. He's about to put everything back together. Everything has been greased, or a mechanic term, packed. So all you gotta do is put the caliper back on and also the brake rotor. After 1 to 200 miles, we check everything.
Yeah, just torque all your lug nuts.
Okay.
Or check all your lug nuts after 1 to 200 miles.
Okay.
Hub should be good to go.
All right.
Brand new bearings, brand new races on all 6. Brand new hub on that 6th one over there. So it's gonna take me a minute, but I'll.
And you get the Perseverance Award for sure.
What do you mean?
The Perseverance Award for doing all.
I know.
Did all of it.
I want to give a huge shout out to Moride, guys. I mean, they was there from start to finish. When I say from start, once we called them and let them know what happened, that we had an issue with our wheels and things like that. And really, at that time when I first called them, we wasn't sure what was going on. I knew that it had something to do with the bearings. I just thought that the seal came apart or something like that. Being that I use water sees the bearing to the spindle. And so it was just like welding bearings to a spindle. And also it sees the nut to the spindle where we couldn't reuse the spindle. So I needed Moride to help us with to send us out a new spindle. We probably wouldn't have needed a new spindle had I did use a fire extinguisher. So big shout out to them for understanding, for getting us that part right away and getting us back on the road. Back to the video. Smokey is all put back together again in one piece. We got the tech back here. I am all hooked up and ready to roll. I am Tampa bound. Ashanti, she's in Ohio. She had to work, so she flew back. Being that our rig is down, she couldn't take the chance of being here when she had to work. So it is what it is. I get to enjoy the beautiful weather. She is in the cold weather, but I know she's hating it. But anyway, guys, if you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, please do. For all of those that have been rocking with us, who has been following this channel, thank you. And guys, go check out our Facebook page, Adventure Bandits on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We do have Instagrams that we want to get back active with. I arrived in Tampa 2 days ago. I'm now at the airport picking up Ashanti because she was in Ohio. So she just flew back down for the weekend to attend the RV show. So I'm gonna get out and pick her up real quick. Look who had arrived. You alright? Thank you. Hello. I can grab that. Yeah. Get right here.
That's fine this way. I think the gentleman will help you.
Can you walk already?
Can you put this in?
Got here Friday. We're leaving out Monday morning. How you doing? We are at Tampa South RV Resort, located in Tampa, Florida. And that's the spindle that came off, that we took off. I gotta dispose of that. Anyway, the spindle, as you can see, guys, the spindle is okay. The problem that we have with the spindle is getting the main nut off. As you can see, it's all stripped out, so we couldn't reuse the spindle because of that. So I don't know if that can be repaired or not. I don't know if I should keep it or not, or just throw it away. But it may be good to have a backup spindle. Maybe I will hold on to it, put it in the bed of my truck and just hold on to it, just in case. Try to get it fixed. If something else was to happen, I got a spindle with me, and I also got more bearings as well. So we're gonna get packed up. It is a gloomy day. It's in the 50s here. So Florida is not always sunshine during the winter months. It is 50, a little chilly, but then again, we're by a lake, which is right behind us. We are about to head an hour away. We're going to TTO, Thousand Trails Orlando. There where we will be for the next week or so. Then we're going on a cruise. Your Bandits is going to get some rest and relaxation on a cruise. Finally, we never really had a real vacation in a long time, and we are so deserving of a vacation. So we're looking forward to that cruise. But anyway, let me get set up. Let's get this show on the road. Let me get everything put up. What I really like about the solar that we have, Before, my power used to be the very last thing that I unplug. But now with the solar, it's going to be the very first thing that I unplug. Then I'm going from here, I'm undoing the water. I like to undo my water. I like to undo everything, and even my Starlink before I mess with the sewer. I do not want any sewer water on any of my lines. So I unplug everything before the sewer. And sewer, when I connect the sewer also, it's the very last thing that I connect, because like I said, I don't want no sewer water on my hoses or my lines. So I'm gonna undo everything over here first, then I worry about dumping. All right, got the power wire, the main wire. Let's go put this to the test. Let's go inside the RV and see if everything's still running. When I left out the RV, I had the Alexa going. We got lights on. Everything's still going. Hey, Sean.
Hi.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? How you feeling, baby? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Guys, she's moving a little slow, being that she had surgery. Did you turn off the Alexa?
I told Alexa to be quiet.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just unplugged the main power source. Did anything stop working?
No.
Could you tell I unplugged anything?
No.
You couldn't?
No. So what does that mean?
Well, we're working off strictly off our batteries.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, the very first thing I put up was the power.
Okay.
So, guys, everything is still running. Look.
Oh,
If you can see,
you see, I told you, Michelle.
if you can see the microwave, that's still running. Refrigerator is still on. So everything is still on.
Yep, everything is still on.
Oh, even the fireplace, that run off electric as well. And it's still radiating heat because I can feel it.
Well, why don't you have Alexa talk? Alexa, what's the weather for today?
Currently, in Akron it's 3 degrees Fahrenheit with
There you
mostly
go.
sunny skies.
Woo, it's 3 degrees in Akron.
Oh.
Cold temperatures
That's good.
with
Okay.
a high of 12 degrees and a low of
Oh.
0 degrees.
Well,
Also,
I would take this 50 any day.
effect until Wednesday, January 22nd,
Look at the weather in
10
Akron.
a.m.
That's Akron, Ohio.
Straight off the
That's where we're from, guys. We're running off the solar.
So nothing changed.
So let me get back to work.